Chapter 4, How It Works. If you want what we have to offer and are willing to make an effort to get it, then you are ready to make certain steps. These are the principles that made our recovery possible. 1. We admitted that we were powerless over our addiction, that our lives had become unmanageable.
2. We came to believe that a power greater than ourselves can restore us to sanity.
3. We made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him.
4. We made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves.
5. We admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs.
We were entirely ready to have good God remove all the defects of character. All of them.
7. We humbly asked Him to remove our shortcomings.
8. We made a list of all the persons that we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all.
9. We made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so injured them or others.
We continued to take a personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it.
11. We sought through prayer and meditation frequencies to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for the knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out.
The 12th step. Having a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we try to carry the message to addicts and to practice these principles in all of our affairs.
This sounds like a big order, and we can't do it all at once. We didn't become addicts in one day, so remember, easy does it. There is one thing more than anything else that will defeat us in our recovery. This is an attitude of indifference or intolerance toward a spiritual principle. 3 of these that are indispensable are honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. With these, we are well on our way.
All right, so check it out right there. The only thing that will prevent us from our recovery is an attitude of indifference or an intolerance towards spiritual principles. What does that mean?
That means 3 things are needed: honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Once you have those 3, you pretty much are ready. You're
You're on your way.
You're on your way.
All right, we feel our approach to the disease of addiction is completely realistic for therapeutic reasons, and the value of one addict helping another is without parallel. What does that mean? They're not parallel. They're not parallel, but they're one. The value of one addict helping another is without parallel. Like, that's our purpose. That's our whole reason why I'm clean, why she's clean, why you're clean, is what? To help another addict out. It was given freely to you, as freely as you should be giving it to others.
We feel that our way is practical, for one addict can best understand and help another addict. We believe that the sooner we face our problems within our society and everyday living, just that much faster we do become acceptable, responsible, and productive members of society.
The only way to keep from returning to active addiction is not to take the first drug. Hello?
Or drink.
If you are like us, you know that 1 is too many and 1,000 is never enough. Come on, we say that one more time. 1 is too many and 1,000 is never enough. If y'all were like me, you know that I couldn't stop after that first one, whether it was a drink, whether it was a smoke, whatever it may have been. It was just the beginning, and I wasn't gonna stop when 10 o'clock came around or 2 o'clock came down. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it lit. That was my attitude. So I'm one drink away from throwing everything away. We put great emphasis on this, for we know that when we use drugs in any form or substitute one for another, we release our addiction all over again. So what does that mean? That we gotta accept the fact that we can't substitute one drug for another. Whether you say, okay, alcohol's not my addiction, let me start drinking. Hello, you know what? I did that. I tried it. She tried it. You know what? We're not alcoholics. We use. So let's try drinking. What did that lead to?
Using.
right? Those run parallel.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times just from drinking I would wake up in the morning and couldn't find him because drinking wasn't enough for him. He wanted to smoke. He wanted to go out there and do his thing. And I would hop in the truck and I'd have to go find his ass. But it goes to show and drinking really wasn't our thing. But that one drink led to him ultimately going out there and looking for the next.
One drink is never
thing.
enough, man. Thinking of alcohol as a different from other drugs has caused a great many of addicts to relapse. Exactly what I'm talking about. Before we came to NA, many of us viewed alcohol separately. But we cannot afford to be confused about this. Alcohol is a drug. We are people with the disease of addiction who must abstain from all drugs in order to recover. All drugs.
I think it's more so just escaping the reality as addicts, whether it's drugs, alcohol, food, sex, gambling, whatever it is. We just want to released from our reality. So whatever it is, whatever your gateway is, just know that if you go to that little part that says, oh, I can handle this drink because I like to smoke meth, it's gonna open that gate up and you're gonna go to the next and next and next, and then it's just a progression.
So how do you know when you're ready? These are some of the questions we have asked ourselves. Are we sure we want to stop using? Do we understand that we have no real control over drugs? Do we recognize that in the long run, we didn't use drugs? They used us.
Say that again, baby.
Yeah.
There you go. Do we recognize that in the long run, we didn't use drugs, they used us? Did jails and institutions take over the management of our lives at different times? Countless times. Oh, by the way, your girl's officially on court probation. Woo, woo. Do you fully accept the fact that our every attempt to stop using or to control our using failed?
Okay, so
how many times have we said, okay, I'm just gonna do it on the weekends? Oh, I'm just gonna do it at this one party. Just one time. Do you know that our addiction changes us into somebody that we didn't want to be? Dishonest, deceitful, self-willed people at odds with ourselves and the fellow man. Do you really believe that we have failed as drug users?
So if you're willing to accept that you failed, that you're not a good drug user, then you're ready.
There's no good drug user though.
Well, I mean, that's when you hit rock bottom. You know that every door has been closed. And you're ready to start moving forward. You got to accept you're not a good drug user. Okay? I don't think there is a good drug user, but yeah.
Let's move on.
When we were using, reality became so painful that oblivion was preferable. That was it right there. Like, when we were using, reality became so painful that oblivion was preferable. Everything going on in our lives, we could not face. So what did we do? We ran. We escaped. We found the easy way out. Was not dealing with it.
We isolated ourselves and lived in prisons that we built with loneliness. Through this depression, we sought help through the Narcotics Anonymous. When we come to NA, we are physically and mentally and spiritually bankrupt. We have hurt so long that we are willing to go to any length to stay clean.
Go to any length, no matter what, by any means necessary. We live by that motto on the streets. Why can't we live it now as we're moving clean?
In our recovery. Our only hopes is to live by example for those who have faced our dilemma and have found a way out, regardless of who we are, where we come from, or what we've done. We accepted NA. Our addiction gives us a common ground of understanding of one another. As a result of attending a few meetings, we begin to feel like we finally belong somewhere. You belong here with us. Don't be shy. Check in with us on Tuesday. We love you. All we're trying to do is just spread the word. Recovery is possible. If we could do it, y'all could do it. Much love.
Next week, we're going to start our step 1. So if you guys want to join us, it's just like we just did right now. Oh.
Street. Maria Medina.
Oh, it
Okay.
stops at 10 minutes?